Welcome back. I'm so busy playing. It's like I don't have time for you guys, and I'll try to fix that because I'm having such a good time. I'm here in the studio with Jasmine Kingsbury.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
me. She's a
me.
representative for Osmo. Osmo, which we love. I'm playing Osmo, and it's talking to me, and I'm having a really good time. So let's say first that there were 2 awards that we gave you guys this year, but really I wanted to give you like 14. Can I be honest about
That's
that?
awesome.
Because your products are amazing. We've been fans for a long time, but let's talk specifically the awards that we did for the Genius Starter Kit, which is this one. We gave this our School Age Top Toy Award. And if you guys don't know, Top Toy means that so many people voted for it in so many categories, and we personally just felt like it was amazing, right?
Great.
So that's what gets the Top Toy Award. This Genius Starter Kit, which I am playing with right now, that's super awesome. But we also gave for the Teen Tween, there's a coding Osmo, I think it's right there by you, and we gave that the STEM Award as well. So you guys notice that green, we're shooting on a green screen, so it color codes green out so you can see that it looked like it was invisible. It's great, but it's not invisible. Let's just say that. So let's back up just a little bit, Jessica, and talk a little bit about Osmo and what it is for people
Sure.
who don't know anything about Osmo.
Yes.
And I'm going to play while you talk.
Okay, great, great. So Osmo, the brand was founded in 2013 by 2 ex-Googlers, and the goal was to create something really awesome that sparked imagination for kids. And you can see that with Osmo, we understand that kids learn best through play, by doing things. So every single game we have, and we have 18 games currently and growing, includes some type of physical action as well as tangible pieces. So I see you're playing Tangram there.
I am tangramming it here.
So they're, tangible pieces. And I will say also that the magic of Osmo really is this red reflector that goes over your camera here. So everything that you are interacting with the games is sort of coming to life on the screen.
Yeah.
So it's really incredible. We're geared towards ages 3 through 10 years old. We're in over 1 million homes. Teachers love us. We're in 30,000 schools and growing. And it's learning through play.
Which is amazing.
Yes.
But here's some of what we saw in this and have loved in this is that when we just were talking about ABA and how ABA is effective in treating autism, right? But one of the things that we know through ABA, through the science of behavior, is that if you want to learn something, that there are 2 things that predict whether or not you're going to learn it. And the first thing is how much opportunity do you have to learn it? And the second one is how much feedback, immediate feedback do you get? And that is what Osmo does. Like I have goosebumps thinking about the immediate feedback that you get. And so many of you are worried about screen time. And why? Why are you worried about that? Because sometimes your kiddo learns, but we're all concerned about taking out that experiential part of the learning, right? Because we know how important that is. Right. So Osmo, I said earlier, you worried about that? I got you. Osmo's got you, because what it does is it supercharges your iPad and makes it experiential. It takes what's on the screen here, puts it in front of the child so that they're having to deal with this. It's 3D, so they're experiencing the whole thing, which is spectacular for our kiddos. But the other part is that it gives immediate feedback. Right. As I'm doing it shows me the puzzle, and for tangrams, I mean, the lessons that you guys have are awesome for kiddos on the spectrum, because not only I've got these shapes, right? And they're colors. And different sizes. So I can work on triangle here, I can work on blue, but then it ups the game here. And it says, okay, we're gonna give you a shape, and then you have to recreate it. You will see when you're working with small kids with autism that one of the first things that we do is block imitation, where we take a block and we set up blocks in a certain configuration and see if they can follow it, because it's learning through observation. It's just the very beginning building building block of I'm going to teach you, so let's see if you can learn through observation. So now with Osmo, we've got this for an older kiddo where they're trying to match the shapes, and it's problem solving and it's like really intense problem solving because you have to flip. There's one shape, I don't even know what you call this. Is that a parallelogram?
Yes,
I think it is.
I believe it is.
And but sometimes it goes, you have to flip it, right? And it was noticing. The Osmo was noticing that I was having a problem with it. And what was great was that it prompted me. And it said, oh, that pesky orange piece. And it flashed on the screen to show me, and it showed me how to flip it. It saw that I wasn't getting it, and it gave me immediate feedback that was really kind and gentle and not, you messed up. Because a lot of the video games, they're very punitive. And they'll go, you didn't get that right? We don't want that for our kids. This was lovely, but it noticed that I couldn't do, and it gave me feedback when I got it. It makes these happy little noises, and the owl flies around, and it flashes, and it says one more. So there's all of this feedback I can see on the screen when I'm getting it right, because it changes colors. It's smart, y'all. It's really, really smart.
And I think, with Osmo, when we develop these experiences, we want that to be a playful, stress-free environment for kids. So even with math games, you're pretending you're in a fish tank and you have to pop the bubbles. And for example, in the Genius Starter Kit, we have a numbers game. So with these number tiles, what's great is you're creative with math. So math isn't so scary. There's different ways to solve for 15, right? So you can say 1 plus 14 equals 15, 3 plus 5 equals 15. So the child will use, and adults, we love this too, will use these number tiles and experiment and just explore different ways of solving for 15. So
which is great really because, former teacher here, and I know that people have different feelings about doing the core curriculum, but part of the core curriculum was to get our children to not just learn the facts, but to be able to use it experientially in their life, in real life. So not just knowing that 7 and 8 make 15, but understanding that 15 is a quantity that can be arrived at many different ways, understanding the concept of 15, which is something that sometimes takes sometimes, not always, takes a hair longer with our kiddos on the spectrum. Sometimes they get it before we do. So, but this is an amazing, and you've got so many different products here. So let's talk about what some of the different things, and each kit comes with different
tangible pieces.
Yes. We would call them different things. But that's stimuli. And we would call, and in the ABA world, we would call them stimuli, but in the school world, they call them manipulatives. Right? So, but you call them what again?
Tangible pieces.
Tangible
hands-on
pieces.
play.
I like that. Hands-on play. And I love, part of what I love to talk about is when toys are well made, how they feel. And these feel really nice.
Very durable. And all of our, this is when I say parent approved as well as with the learning piece of Osmo, for example, our coding pieces, they're washable. Kids playing over and over. We want to make sure that they're durable and washable.
And that there's a convenient way to put them away that isn't crazy. Or crazy making. And this is really, really cool. It's very satisfying. That's my new word for things when they're good. It's very satisfying, you guys. So, okay, so the one that I was showing was the Genius Starter Kit. And it had these 3 stackable little things, and they have little labels on them too that makes me really, and little lids. So it's almost like those bento boxes.
Right? The storage containers.
Very satisfying.
Stay tidy.
So this one comes with the numbers and the tangrams and the letters. The words, excuse me.
Yes. So there are 5 games in Genius Starter Kit. So so there's a words game. This is really fun. It's sort of like Hangman. So there will be a clue that will pop up on the screen, for example, an image of a cat. And there will be a space, AT. So the child will have to figure out what letter is missing. And it gets more advanced.
And all of them get progressively harder because it's watching and it can challenge you. So wonderful.
And we could play alone, but we could play together. So there could be some fun with that as well. So Tangram we went over, just a fun puzzle game.
Super fun.
And then the numbers was the fun math game that I just went
really
through.
wonderful.
And
Now, so what you get in the box are all these, the tangible pieces, plus you get the base that the iPad sits in, and you get this piece that goes on the top.
Yes.
That, what do you guys call that?
red reflector.
Red
Yes.
reflector. I also love that there is a hole here in the bottom so that I can be charging while playing.
Exactly.
And I know my parents will appreciate that, right? Because there's nothing worse than getting the child engaged and they're loving the toy,
Yes.
and then the thing, the iPad dies, and you can't charge it while doing it. So very clever.
Yes.
Very clever. Okay, so that's what comes with this one, and this is called the Genius Starter Kit.
Yes.
This one is rated ages 6 to 10.
Yes.
But I know that that's an average thing. Some of you might have a kiddo who's 5 who's super great at these things and very into their iPad, and you want them to be working on these things in that experiential way. So I would say a little loose on those age ranges, especially on the spectrum. Okay, so that's the Genius Starter Kit. We super love that. Where can they get it?
Playosmo.com. And you can also check for your local retailers, Amazon, Target, Best Buy.
Okay, now the other part of this that I want people to know is that, so you have this starter kit, but then you do need to download the free apps for each game on whatever the thing is that is for your tablet.
Correct.
So if it's the Google Play Store or the App Store or whatever, they're free if they've come with the little stacks.
Yes.
And so then they're on the iPad, and it's and then so updates you don't right.
That's what's amazing is that we're constantly building new content. So it's just endless creativity, a lot of new games that are constantly being updated. So that's fun. And I want to mention also, while we're showing iPad, if you have an Amazon Fire tablet at home, we're also compatible with a Fire tablet.
There you go. Really spectacular. So about, how much would this retail for in the store?
Around $99.
Okay. Okay, so incredible to supercharge the iPad. And then once you have this, then you can add on.
Right.
Okay, so that's really spectacular. So this is the Genius Starter Kit. Let's talk about the Little Genius Starter Kit.
For our little learners.
So this is rated age 3 to 5, but sort of the similar pack, but a different age range that we're talking about.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
So fun games. We have some silicone pieces. I wish I brought the pieces here, but we can open. Great.
I can open.
So we're building letters.
I also love how everything is packaged.
It's really
I mean,
beautiful.
I do continue to say that it's really wonderful. There's even a way that your child, there's a punch out part where your child can take a picture of themselves.
And they become an Osmo.
And we've got our play mat here.
Yes.
Oh, I love these. I love these. I just need 2 hands is all. I'm trying to balance it and not. So take a look, you guys. So this is the Squiggle Magic.
Yes, and ABCs. You can also, they can build different shapes, build letters.
Oh, you
it's
guys.
Lots of fun.
So fabulous with this Squiggle Magic. Okay, we've got.
And then we have stories and costume parties. So your little one can pretend they're getting ready for a costume party and go through different worlds. So they can put on an astronaut hat with a hula skirt and just have fun with all types of characters.
I love this. So here's my Viking hat that I can put on. Really wonderful. Okay, so this one is if you've got kids that are a little bit younger.
Yes, 3 to 5.
But if you've gotten the Little Genius Starter Kit and then your child gets a little bit older and you want to be able to buy these, can you buy the ones from the other without having the whole kit? Or
you can add on. Yes, separate pieces.
Okay. Fabulous. Okay, so that's wonderful, and that's also available. I mean, they're available pretty much everywhere, right?
Yes. Playosmo.com would be the best to see where your local retailers are too.
And as always, on our guide, if you go to Autism Live and you're on our guide, if you hover over the name of it, it'll take you there if you click. Okay, so let me put this out of the way. And do we want to talk a little bit about the play mat and why that's a cool thing?
Sure. When we were testing, we want to make sure that the lighting and that the iPad camera is actually capturing everything below. So this just helps keep everything in that play space area.
So it doesn't matter if you're, for instance, you've gone to grandma's house,
Right.
right? And I have a glass table here. And so that was but so they give you a play mat so that you can make it work wherever you
Yes,
go.
yes. And a
Wunderbar.
really cool thing also, you don't need Wi-Fi. So we've had parents say, this is amazing, especially everyone's traveling for the holidays. I can
Yes.
bring this on the airplane. I can bring this with us to grandma's house or to the family house, and no Wi-Fi needed.
All right, Traven says we have a question. What is the oldest generation of iPad that it will work with?
Ooh, let's
That's
see.
a good question.
That's a good question. I think the best thing is we're compatible with most iPads, but to
Okay.
go on playosmo.com, I believe it's iPad 2.
Okay,
And
okay,
that's the oldest, but they should
wonderful.
check.
Okay, so we have a couple of other things here. I'm going to weed out because we talked
Okay.
about the little genius. And so what do you want to talk about next?
Let's talk about this other kit we
Creative.
have, the
Ugh.
Creative Starter Kit. This is Mo the Monster. He is a fuzzy orange character. He's our friend that takes us through drawing adventures. So what you do with Mo is you can go on magic shows, you can go to different adventures like Candyland. So he will instruct you what to draw to help bring him through this adventure. And it's really a magical moment of whatever you're drawing in front of the screen, Mo will pull up into his world, and it's really fun. I wish, yes, next
That's
time we'll
super
have
cool.
to, I would definitely recommend playing
Okay, you
Monster.
guys. So really, really wonderful. Now, could you start with this one?
You could also start with this one.
Because it comes
yes.
with the base and it comes with
Yes.
the what do you call it? The red
reflector.
reflector.
The magic,
I was going
yes.
to call it the red mirror, the red reflector. So you could start with this one, and this has an age rating of 5 to 10.
Yes.
But I think for some of our kiddos that are on the spectrum that you're wanting to do, drawing and beginning animation, this would be a great way to get them interested in all of that. So I would tell you that you could go significantly older than 10 on this one. Look, I'm 57 and I've had a ball with this, okay? I just don't think that you should limit yourself
Right.
to
Yes.
thinking that this is for kids, because that's craziness. This is for everybody. Okay, and then we have a couple of more. Let's talk about
Sure.
the coding one.
Coding, yes. So this is Coding Obby. We also have Coding Jam, which I believe also won a recent award. But basically, this is a great introduction to coding. What if I had some play pieces? I think we have. Well, this is Coding Jam, or Coding Obby. I can speak also a little bit about Coding Jam. The kids will use these coding blocks. There's about 23 magnetic blocks, and they will pick their own band, make their own tunes, tell the character which instrument to play. So they can build a band and use these types of blocks, and you can see they're really fun. This is a fun part.
Super love
Magnetic,
Yeah.
yes. So as you can see, the different actions that will be telling the characters what to do, which instrument. So if we want to go down, to the left, up, to the right, and then this will help instruct the character how many times. And they just create these sequences, press play, and it's a lot of different adventures.
And I gotta say, if you have a kiddo who's interested in, I've talked about Temple Grandin a lot today, probably because I talked to her the other day, and we were talking about how important it is that kids just don't play video games.
Right.
She was saying about how important it is for them to start making their own video games,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And that concept sometimes is so far away and you don't know how to get there. Well, the first thing you have to understand is the basic concept of, I make a script.
Right.
And the script determines what will happen on the screen. That's really what coding is.
Yes.
And so this allows them to visually and in 3D make a script without them having to know a certain type of code, right? This is the code right here, and that they link together, that this action goes with this action, and then I put a 3 on it. And if you've ever done any coding, this really sets it up in a way that sets them up for success when they will switch over to learn maybe Java or other things, because it really is the same thing. They're just going to use X's and Y's and a value.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So this really is a great starter. And if you see that your kiddo really loves video games, I really think that it's unconscionable to not introduce them to how their characters move on their video games.
Right.
Like, you're really missing out. out
Yes.
on, showing them, something that is a very beneficial skill. And when we talk about job skills and how many individuals on the autism spectrum, if they understand coding, the jobs that they are available for, eligible for, we have companies that have made commitments that they will hire a certain number of people on the spectrum, but they have to know a little bit of coding. So this is setting your kiddo up for success, and they will be having a ball.
Yes,
Isn't
it's a
that
lot
the
of
best
fun.
toy?
Yes.
This is why we gave this the Teen Tween Award, because we were like, they're right in that age range. Now, I know it says on here it's 5 to 12, but I really think for some of our teens, this is because now they get it. They go, oh,
Yes.
so when you transfer it over into the X and Y's, it's
Right.
no biggie.
Right.
It's not a new concept for them. They're like, oh, I've already done it this way. I know exactly how to do it.
Exactly.
It will make total sense for them. So, plus, which is just stinking fun.
It is really fun.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
but when you like put it down and you go, well, okay, well, I'm going to make him do this,
Right.
and then the character does that, and then you
Yes.
go, well, what else can I
Right,
make this?
right.
Then you get into the creativity part of it,
Yes.
and it's the keys to the kingdom.
Yes.
So clever.
Yes,
You
yes,
guys are
yes.
smart. Okay, we have one more, and that's this smaller Osmo that we want to
Yes.
talk about. That's pretty basic.
Yes, so actually this is another version of our Genius Starter Kit.
Mm-hmm.
So I will actually switch to the Pizza Co. that I
Okay.
think we had, but this was a different packaging. Or
Oh,
different. Yes,
okay.
yes.
Sorry.
But that's okay. And I don't have, so another game we can talk about since
Okay.
we're close to lunch is pizza.
Ah,
Who does
who
not
does love
like
pizza?
pizza? So with Pizza Co, it's another math game.
And by the way, this one is gluten-free and dairy-free. Notice, that's important to some of us.
Yes,
Right? Yes.
So
I love that.
With Pizza Co, the kids they're learning math, but they're running their own pizza shop. So characters will come on the screen and request different pizzas. So character will say, "I really love pineapple pizzas." So there's all kinds of ingredients, and then there's a little bit of a lot of social emotional learning. So if the character
Wonderful.
says they love pineapples, and you make an anchovy pizza, the character will actually make these faces like, I
Right.
did not ask for that.
I love
I'm not
that.
liking this.
And then there's money, too.
Yes, there's money involved. So after they make their pizzas, the character will pay, you give them change, and then it goes to levels of how much revenue did you make, how much income did you make.
Pre-employment
Yes,
skills.
yes.
I love it.
So this is a really fun game, also around the 5 to 10-year-old age
Okay.
range.
So one of the things that you can do is you can go on whichever, like you can go on the Apple Store or the Google Play or whatever, and take a look at what all the different apps are that
Yes.
go with these different things.
Great.
But then we can purchase these individual pieces on their own.
So Pizza Co is an add-on game. So you'll want to
Okay.
start with a kit. You'll want to start with Little Genius Starter Kit,
Okay.
the Creative Starter Kit, or the Genius Starter Kit.
Okay.
And then you add on games.
Okay.
So once you have the kit, which will give you your correct base, then you add on all these different adventures.
All right. I just love this. And I think it's a great gift for our kiddos on the spectrum. I mean, obviously, this is a great gift and great kits for any kiddos. But I think in particular, when we talk about the kinds of things that we're trying to get our kids jazzed about, you're right in line with what we need to do. And that immediate feedback piece is so important. So I really appreciate you guys for what you've done, and I appreciate you coming down and showing it all to us.
Thank you for
Because
having
it's
us.
super clever. Osmo, y'all, and so Osmo.com.
PlayOsmo.com.
PlayOsmo.com. But you can also get there from our gift guide. If you just click on either of the Osmo winners, click on them and it'll take you directly there. Thank you
Great.
so much
Thank
for being
you.
with
It was
us.
lots of fun.
All right, you guys, we're going to be back. I know you guys are blowing it up on YouTube. Lots of comments. I don't know what they are, but Traven says you got it going on, and we're going to address all of that, plus a mindfulness moment when we come back. Stick with us. Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.